normal.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Greg Ryan, and I'm here with Pharmanex, my Pharmanex Life, and today I come to you from the Grand Canyon. As you can see in the background, we're kind of sitting on the edge here, kind of how we live our lives. And today I want to talk to or introduce you to Sandy Kegler. Sandy is from Phoenix, Arizona, and she has just recently become an executive in the Pharmanex business. And I'd like to have her share with you this morning a little bit about her story and her background, how we met, and maybe we'll talk or chat a little bit about where she sees the biophotonic scanner fitting in with her life and her career. How's that sound, Sandy?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, first of all, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
I think from start to finish, what was it, 45 days?
About 45 days.
About 45 days from signing your LOI or letter of intent to becoming an executive in the Pharmanex business, and that's a great story in itself. And we'll talk a little bit here about how that transpired. And but first of all, I'd like for you to share with the viewers a little bit about your background. What you've done in the last 20 years now, 25 years. And then we'll chat a little bit about how we were introduced into this business together. Okay? So
Sounds good. Started out in fitness about 25 years ago as a competitive bodybuilder and took that all the way to the USA in 1996, and then kind of retired for a little bit and decided to come back and do a figure show. Just something different.
okay, so you've been in the fitness industry for all these years.
Correct, since high school.
And for the viewers, you competed in bodybuilding contests and what they call figure contests now. And, you know, with my background, we share a lot of the same interest in history. And it takes a lot of nutrition, doesn't it?
It does.
And it takes a lot of dedication, takes a lot of discipline. And so when you were introduced to this business, how were you introduced, by the way? How did this all kind of come about?
Well, I contacted you via the internet. I saw that you trained figure competitors and had a fitness and nutrition program. So I thought, you know what? I always over diet for my shows. I always won my bodybuilding shows, but my first figure show I took 5th, and I was too depleted and too thin, too lean for figure. So I thought, well, get somebody else's advice, because sometimes your own advice doesn't work.
And that's kind of how we met.
That's kind of how we met.
We
Right.
kind of, I was a coach, and I was in Denver, Colorado, and you were in Phoenix, and via the internet, we started communicating, and I started coaching you a little bit. Now, this was your last show, right?
Right.
I mean, you had decided that this was
it.
This was it. Out of all these years, this was it.
This is it. Yep.
And so we started communicating. I started coaching you a little bit. And the closer you got to the show, then what happened?
I wasn't sure where to go actually with the diet because I didn't want to get too lean. I wanted to come in fuller and a little bit bigger. So that's when I thought I would give you a call, and you introduced me to the scanner and the supplements.
Well, on my side, I thought as a fitness competitor, it would be really interesting to see what a competitor's antioxidant levels were, or oxidated stress. And this biophotonic scanner and Raman spectropathy was a great tool to use as a fitness coach to measure a competitor's stress levels, free radical levels. And then what I could do is I could coach Sandy on her diet based on that biomarker. And that was kind of the first thing we did.
It was.
And what was your score, by the way?
I actually tested pretty high. It was 71,000.
71,000. Now, 71,000, folks, is like off the charts. We usually don't scan people. Majority of the people we scan is under 50,000. So Sandy was a freak of nature already, and from the standpoint, and her immune system was very good. Then what happened? Then after we got the scan score, what did we do next?
That's when you introduced me to the supplements because I thought, I was skeptical, and I've taken a bajillion supplements in my career, and when you told me about the supplements, I'm like, okay, just another vitamin that you're trying to sell me. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. Just, what the heck, why not?
And that's kind of how I felt when I was introduced to the scanner and the LifePak Nano, this micronutrient with this nanotechnology. I'm like, here's just another one of those pie in the sky supplementation companies that's going to tell me exactly what I want to hear. And so I was the same way, very skeptical. But in my experience, and my scan score and the fitness competitor, and my scan score was really low. Mine was not like yours, and I'm embarrassed to even say what mine was. But I had very good success with it. And the thing about fitness, and tell me if I'm wrong, but in competing in fitness level competitions, it's the absorption. It's how the food absorbs into your system. And we can have all these protein levels, and we can all do all this dieting, but if it doesn't absorb into our system, we're gonna pee it out or excrete it out, and that. So, but I wanted to try something with you. I had never done this before. I knew it worked on me, but as far as my foods were absorbing better and everything. And so, quite frankly, with you, it was like, I know you might get sick as you're getting ready to compete and all that. Your immune system's low. I'm like, okay, well, take this LifePak Nano so you don't get sick.
Right.
Remember that? And we were like, okay, well, let's just see, because just take your packs a day and we'll go from there. Right?
Exactly.
But then what happened? What after that? What was the experience that you had within the first month or so of taking LifePak Nano?
I had more energy than I knew what to do with. I was sleeping through the night. At the age where I get hot flashes, the hot flashes went away. I felt fuller when I trained. My muscle bellies were fuller. I felt an amazing pump, and I had more energy than I knew what to do with.
Now let's slow down just a second here, because not everybody that's listening or hearing this is going to know our terminology.
Right.
Okay. So when you say your muscles were fuller, what does that mean to the normal?
Your skin almost felt tighter.
Okay.
But you just felt firmer, actually.
So you had more definition.
More definition.
You had more definition. Your muscles felt fuller. And then what did you say? You had your sleep patterns were different.
My sleep patterns improved dramatically.
That's a big thing.
That was huge for me.
Because you had said that for years you had never slept through the night. And so how long did it take from taking the LifePak Nano to when you started sleeping better?
It was only, I think, a week.
A week?
Maybe a week.
And were you sleeping through the night?
Yes, I was.
And you hadn't done that in
never. 5 years.
In 5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
5 years.
So we're improving our sleep pattern. Our muscle tone is a lot better.
It was amazing.
What else? What else?
I actually was losing body fat. I had to eat more pre-show, more than my other fellow competitors did.
Now let's slow down again here. When it comes to competing in bodybuilding and stuff, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean it's like deprivation. I mean you're almost starving yourself. They call it peak week and all that. So you're saying to me that through the LifePak Nano and the nanotechnology, you ate more?
I had to eat more.
You ate more.
And if I missed a meal sometimes because of my work, I would actually drop a pound.
You drop a pound.
I drop
Okay,
a pound.
so see, that is unusual in the fitness world.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so now we're sleeping better within a couple weeks. What about blood sugar levels?
I didn't crave any sugar at all.
So you didn't crave any sugar?
No.
Okay, so
No.
you're not craving sugar. You're sleeping through the night. You're eating more food.
Yep.
Now, how about mood swings?
None.
You had no
mood swings
no
at
mood
all.
swings at all?
No.
Okay, so I mean, those are just huge things.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
this was in Arizona. You were competing, right?
Correct.
Now, I'm not going to, say your age or anything like that, but you were in a category. What kind of category were you in?
Figure 50 plus.
So you're figure 50 plus.
Masters.
Masters. And you had done this show before.
Did the year before.
And you placed what?
5th.
Okay. So what was the end results here?
The end results, I won my class.
You won your class.
And that was the best I've ever looked.
So you went from 5th place to 1st place. You slept better. You ate more food. Your blood sugars levels were okay. Your mood swings were
non-existent.
Non-existent.
Yep.
That's kind of priceless in the fitness world,
is.
don't you think?
It is.
Especially for fitness competitors and stuff like that.
Right.
So let's just say that we take that fitness side out of it, weight loss, or just the general public and everything. I mean, what would it mean to people to have better sleep?
It means a lot.
What would it mean to people to mood swings?
Oh, yeah.
What I mean, eating more instead of eating less when it comes to fitness. So this is a great example, folks, on one example with Sandy when it comes to this Life Pack Nano micronutrient pack of supplementation that we have that goes along with the Biophotonics scanner. Now, Sandy, do you think that one could work without the other? Like, if you just had the Biophotonics scanner as a fitness competitor and Life Pack Nano, do you think they go hand in hand?
They go hand in hand because you need to be able to monitor where you're at with them.
So now let's just change gears for a second. We got a few more minutes here, and that's a great story. I mean, that's just a great fitness story. It's a great story, and congratulations on 50 plus and winning, going from 5th to winning, and it takes such hard work with that, and it is about working smarter than harder.
Exactly.
You know that.
Exactly.
But now let's change gears a little bit here, and let's go back to the scanner, the Raman spectropathy that scans the carotenoids in your skin and free radicals. How do you see that as a fitness trainer, coach, incorporating that into
Well, first of all,
profession?
everybody relies on body fat testing, but nobody knows how well your food or your supplements are absorbing. So this will give you a biomarker, just a starting point or set point to let you know where you're at and what you need to do to improve. So you can kind of manipulate your diet and your nutrition and your supplements around what your scan score is.
Okay.
And obviously on the supplements you're going to improve.
And that's a great thing. Now, now let's say we take it a step further from a business standpoint. If you're a trainer,
That's priceless.
How do you see this incorporating the scanner into a profession of like a personal trainer?
It's priceless. You would have to have one. Otherwise, I mean, with this technology, it would make your clients more aware of what their score is. So your clients are obviously going to want to work harder, and they're going to want to stick with the program longer because they can see their score improve.
So we can
every 6 to 8
rescan
weeks.
them, you're saying, and get their scan score based off of maybe their training. So we can
Correct.
scan them every 6 weeks or 8 weeks, and we scan them right when you get them as a client, and then you scan them again 8 weeks. So that would be a great, what we would call retention
Exactly.
plan for,
Exactly.
because people would want to improve no matter what their score is.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So I think that's another great thing. Now, do you charge? Would you charge for that?
Trainers can charge. I mean, it's part of your program.
Okay,
So-
and how much do they charge you? Was it
It just varies. Some charge 10, some 20.
$20?
$20. 20 is about the average.
Okay. Now, could you take it out? It's portable. We don't have one with us here. We should have probably had one, but we are sitting on the edge of the Grand Canyon, and it doesn't bounce very well. So, but if we had one here and we took it to a health fair or something as a trainer, so you're saying that I could charge.
Every time a hand goes on there, you can charge.
So how long does the test take?
About 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. 30 seconds and you get your score.
And you get your score. Now, how accurate is that score?
100% accurate.
Is it kind of relative to blood serum testing and
It's
stuff
actually
like that?
better because blood serum testing, it goes on what you had the night before, where this doesn't. It just goes on what is in your body.
So, in other words, we're taking the carotenoids from our skin cell, which takes 6 months to a year to rejuvenate.
Correct.
So you're saying the difference is if it's blood serum, if I had something that night before, it would maybe elevate my blood serum and it
Right.
wouldn't be as accurate. But if I
Correct.
do it in 30 seconds, and by the way, it's not abrasive,
Right, exactly. It doesn't
right?
hurt.
I'm not going to glow or
No.
my hair's not going to fall out or something like that.
No.
So you're saying in 30 seconds as a trainer, I can give a client my biomarker and I can charge $20,
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
It'll be cash in your pocket.
cash in my pocket. Wow, that's great. And I think the scan score, it takes $1, so anything over $1 would be profit.
It's profit.
That's great. So that's a great income. If you wanted to generate some income, or if you just wanted to get a new client and do a biomarker, you're saying that would be a great tool,
That's a great tool.
and it'd separate yourself from some of the other trainers, right?
Exactly.
Wow. So we got marketing advantage, we've got income, we've got instant results.
Yep.
It's not abrasive, and it's portable. We can take it anywhere we
It's
want.
very portable.
That sounds like a great piece of technology.
It's awesome.
How come we really haven't heard about this? I mean, we're the fitness competitors. How
know.
come, I mean, this just sounds almost like it's a great tool to use, just like with body fat and cholesterol testing and stuff like that. I mean, you could take this thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you could take this thing and you could just carry it around with you at a health club and scan your clients, scan people for potential clients, create nutritional programs off of that, and whatever, and then have this residual income with new programs and the supplementation from there.
That's not a bad deal.
That's really not a bad deal.
No, it's not a bad deal.
So I think we would encourage everybody that's in the fitness industry, wellness, even the medical world especially, but Sandy and our background's mainly in fitness. We've got a total of almost, what we want to say, 70 years? 70 years here combined of fitness stuff. And in my personal experience, this is a must for all trainers. But Sandy's got a wonderful story to tell about the Biophotonics scanner, the LifePak Nano. One thing I would like to kind of go back to with the supplementation is that this thing, we can measure it. We have a biomarker scanner program that we can measure our supplementation, and that really separates us from most of the other people. But when it comes to fitness and putting it into your program, Sandy and I really like this as an additional supplementation that helps the absorption rate of all the other supplements that you're taking.
Exactly.
So if you're taking a protein powder or whatever that you really like, then sometimes what happens if we take too much of it, it globs in our stomach, and we'll bloat it, and we'll kind of excrete it out. Exactly. So what this LifePak Nano does is it's called nanotechnology that breaks up the molecules and allows it to absorb better, right? Yep. And with that, it will enhance the other products that you're taking. And so that's kind of what we use it for. We like it also, for the nutrients and stuff that it has in it, and plus we can measure it. So, but thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome.
For sharing your story. Congratulations again, and accelerating your success. We look forward to, just talking with you so much more. You'll see more things with Sandy Kegler from Phoenix, Arizona. And so I'm Greg Ryan from My Pharmanex Life from the beautiful Grand Canyon, saying thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.